Hello, this is Life Advisor Kent, and we are going to cover the worksheets. Now, if you haven't watched our 4-part series on the Intro to Cognitive Behavior, you might have a little hard time understanding this. But if not, follow the video. You can go to our website, lifeadvisorservices.com, and download all these worksheets that are going to help you progress on your self-help journey. So let's get started. The worksheet we're going to be covering right now is the problem ranking worksheet. And in front of all these worksheets, I always put like a little kind of introduction. But one of the big things is that I think with a lot of therapy and with a lot of like self-help, you're watching the videos, or even if you go to conferences or even at the mega churches that I've mentioned before, you're sitting there and yeah, you can get motivated. But what work are you doing? That's the hard part. So this is the hard part of cognitive behavioral therapy, and I think of just working on yourself in general. It's actually taking the time and doing the work and sitting down by yourself and really doing an assessment of yourself and where you're at and what your feelings are. Why do we need to do this work? Well, taking stock of the areas of your life that you want to target or change can be incredibly useful. And by putting your problems down on paper, it's going to help you start seeing the problems and how they interact with each other. Writing them down also gives you a clear starting point for overcoming them. Sometimes problems just don't fall into a neat and tidy little category. A lot of times they'll overlap. So with this one, potential problem ranking worksheet, it's very simple. It's going to kind of give you a quick little overview. You're going to look at the areas of life that you want to target. What is causing you kind of the biggest issue? If it's anxiety, depression, anger, what is coming up the most? What is affecting you the most? That's what you're trying to focus on right now. So first, you're going to go through the problem checklist, which is right here. And you're going to see a list of problems to help you kind of guide you a little bit. Well, if you don't see one on a list, write it down. And you may say, I fall under all these at least, once a week. But that's not really what you're looking for. What are the biggest problems? So we're saying the top 5. So, and maybe out of that top 5, you kind of want to even scrape that down to maybe just, the one, the 1 or 2. But go through, and the ones that are really feeling that are affecting you, let's give those a check. So hopefully you went and downloaded this and you're able to go through and check those off. And then once you do, you're going to be filling out the bottom part, and I use an example of Dave. So his first problem that it's really affecting him is depression. He's feeling that overwhelming sense of, I just don't want to get going. I just don't want to do anything. So what kind of effect is it having on him? Well, of course, he's isolating. He's not sleeping well. He's feeling overwhelmed when he's around people and has to talk to people. Now let's go to a second problem. Well, excessive drinking, because he's feeling depressed. He's feeling bad. And a lot of ways is self-medicating through alcohol and drugs. So these are how we start to see how some things can be interrelated. So Dave has the fight with his spouse, friends, or something at work happens. So he could be hungover. He could be. It's just something that's masking, to kind of get him away from that depression. So this is what I recommend. Let's go through that problem checklist. Let's look for 5. Out of those 5, feel free to put 5 down, but let's not try to go over that. You're going to put your problem here. You're going to write your problem here, just like Dave did. And then over here, put your description. And when you start getting, you put your 5 down, then start looking at them saying, well, these two are really interrelated, and it's really because of this. And let's just try to kind of stay with the top 3 here. So once you get that completed, then we can work on and keep moving forward to our next worksheet, which is going to be bad behaviors. So once again, if you haven't watched our Intro to Cognitive Behavior, I definitely suggest going through that, watching the videos. It's going to give you a little bit better handle of what we're doing here. Otherwise, I'm going to see you on the next video.